Hello class, my name is Daniel Lewis. I'm answering in response to the prompt about physical education students and should they and being critical consumers of sport. So answering in response to this and what this means. This has some initial thoughts to this. I have what comes to mind. I looked through the textbook and I saw there was a unit in 12.4. It was in the chapter 12, talking about volleyball and how to develop a training regimen for volleyball and understanding so much about volleyball. And reading through that, I was looking at all the different things and seeing how the lessons built upon one another, how it developed the student athlete to understand the game of volleyball, and it built a total understanding of the game of volleyball. So it looked like it was a pretty lengthy lesson. It went throughout the course of the year. I don't know how long all that could take. If you had an entire semester, I could see that being the case. Like at the community college level, that would be something that would take an entire semester if that was just a solely devoted volleyball. That would be a lot to cram into and understand, and I can't see many of the skills being developed. But I look at that and I see that as being how you're going to have a completely different understanding of volleyball by understanding the things about it. It's asking about body types and what you'd be looking at in terms of what someone should look like that plays volleyball. Then it talked about the cultural impact, seeing how beach volleyball impacted volleyball scene, understanding the Olympics, the different things of that nature. So I see how the course, having that integrated into the classroom and learning is going to give a completely different understanding. I can relate this. I played football for 4 years in high school, 4 years in college, and so when I watch, and now I'm a coach. So when I watch a football game, I'll watch with my friends, and they'll be talking about things, and they'll have questions, and they'll be judging and snapping and saying things like, "Oh, a quarterback yelling, that was a stupid pass. Why would they do something like that?" And I don't see the game the same way. I played the position too, so I understand how quarterbacks think and process and understand things. So I have a different understanding. I'll let them know. Oh yeah, well I saw what the quarterback saw. Unfortunately, he just screwed up. He threw it wrong. He did this, or I can figure out generally pretty quickly why something happened or why something didn't work or what was going on. And I think that's because I have a different understanding. I have that in-depth understanding. And so I'm going to be critical and understanding things differently than someone else would. When someone celebrates or does something, some people have different judgments or go crazy, but I'm going to have a different idea and perspective. And a lot of that is largely due to my expertise or understanding and experiences in sports. So I can see how that is a way to develop that in the classroom. I think that's going to help in terms of developing students to understand what a sport is like, what are the rigors of the sport, the emotions, and although having that total understanding is going to help develop them as students and have a more clear picture of what it means to be an athlete in a specific sport. So that's something I'm a big proponent of. I like the idea, and I look forward to integrating that. I'm a football coach, so I want to help kids understand football on a bigger scale. They do need to know their role and what they're doing, but they also need to understand in the grand scheme of things different things that are important to football, whether it be character, discipline, doing your job, doing it the right way, being coachable, being a leader. Those are all things that are important to sport. And I think that all that goes unnoticed to the untrained eye or someone that's not familiar with it. So I appreciate hearing what you guys have to say and look forward to listening, seeing your guys' responses as well.